Ya and Dede had been friends since childhood. Their bond had grown stronger through the years, particularly as they both faced the same struggle trying to conceive. Despite years of marriage, numerous hospital visits, countless prayers, and spiritual consultations, they had yet to experience the joy of motherhood. One evening, during one of their many conversations about their shared struggle, Ya heard a rumor about a powerful priest who lived far, far away. The priest was said to have the ability to grant even the most impossible wishes. At first, both women were skeptical. They had faced too many disappointments to count, but as days turned into weeks, their hope began to rekindle. They decided to embark on the journey, driven by the hope that this priest might hold the answer to their prayers. The journey was tough, taking several days and nights through rugged terrains and dense forests. They pressed on, fueled by their shared dream. Finally, they reached the scheduled village where the priest resided. Upon meeting the priest, they immediately sensed his power. His presence was imposing. His eyes seemed to see into their very souls. After hearing their plea, he remained silent for a long moment before finally speaking. His words were as heavy as the silence that had preceded them. "I can help you," he said, "but there is a condition. You will have a child, but after a year, you will lose your sanity." The women were devastated. This was not how they imagined their miracle. The priest, seeing their turmoil, advised them to take a day to consider their decision. Ya, however, did not need a day. Tears streaming down her face, she declared, "I will do it. I have always wanted a child of my own. I will do anything to have one." The priest nodded, but insisted that they both take the time to reflect on the gravity of the decision. Dede was torn. The desire to be a mother was overwhelming, but the thought of losing her sanity was terrifying. So she spent the night in deep contemplation, praying for guidance. The next morning, the priest summoned them for their responses. Dede, with a heavy heart, said, "I want a child, but not at the expense of my life." She knew she could not bear the thought of her family seeing her descend into madness. Ya, on the other hand, remained resolute. "I would do anything to have a child, even if it means going mad," she said, her voice unwavering. The priest then proceeded with the spiritual rituals for Ya, giving her detailed instructions to follow once she returned home. The day was free to go, her heart heavy, but her mind at peace with her decision. Before they left, the priest told Ya to return to thank the gods after she delivered and reminded her that after a year, she would completely lose her sanity. As they journeyed back home, their emotions were a tangled mixture of sadness and fear. Ya, despite the looming fate, felt a glimmer of hope and elation at the prospect of finally becoming a mother. Months passed and Ya's belly grew with the promise of new life. Her joy knew no bounds when she finally held her baby in her arms. Dede too was happy for her friend, but couldn't shake the worry about Ya's future. After delivering a healthy baby, Ya took her child to the priest to thank the gods. The priest reminded her of the coming consequences, but Ya, cradling her precious baby, was undeterred. She had finally attained what she needed most in life, a child. As the months passed, Ya grew increasingly anxious, fully aware of the impending madness. She made meticulous preparation for her child's care, confiding in her mother about the priest's prophecy. Her mother was broken, but helped her make arrangements for the child's future. As the year marked approached, Ya braced herself for the worst, but to her surprise, nothing happened. Days turned into weeks, and still there was no sign of madness. Dede visited frequently, expecting the worst, but was astonished to find Ya still sane. Months went by with no change. Confused and seeking clarity, Ya pleaded with Dede to accompany her back to the priest. Though hesitant, Dede eventually agreed, understanding Ya's need for answers. Upon arriving at the shrine, they were greeted with a knowing smile. The priest welcomed them warmly and inquired about the reason for their visit. Ya recounted her experiences and expressed her fear that the condition had changed and she might still face an unforeseen consequence. The priest looked into Ya's eyes and gently asked, "How has motherhood been so far?" Ya described the exhausting routine, running around, picking after the child, the constant mess, dirty clothes, and sleepless nights. She described it as chaotic and overwhelming, almost like she was losing her mind. The priest chuckled softly and said, "Yes, that is madness. Every woman runs mad after having a child. The constant whirlwind of tasks and worries, the chaos, and the lack of sleep, it drives every mother to the brink. This is the madness I spoke of." Dede broke down in tears, and Ya was stunned, feeling a profound sense of relief. Dede, through her tears, asked the priest why he hadn't explained this from the beginning. The priest responded, "There should not be barriers to the things you truly desire. Life is full of sacrifices and taking chances. Good things come to those who fight hard and take leaps of faith." Dede felt a deep regret for not taking the chance to fulfill her dream of motherhood. Ya, on the other hand, felt an immense gratitude for what life had given her. As they prepared to leave, the priest blessed them and wished them well on their journey home. Ya, holding her child close, felt a renewed sense of purpose and appreciation for the chaotic, beautiful madness that was her life as a mother. Dede, though heartbroken, learned the value of taking risk and embracing the uncertainties of life, vowing to never let fear hold her back again. Please do well to subscribe for more of these. Thank you.